areas, and they came up with this. Despite this amount of money that these guys had access to, all right, they said between 2003 and 2007, all right, rating what Tinubu and his guys did with this certain amount of money, so close, so similar in these social areas. Now, you see, this data can be verified, as you can see the source underneath it. Now, this is the kind of thing you talk about whenever you want to try, right, to compare somebody who got 15 naira and somebody who got 300 naira. Now, somebody who got 15 naira, again, oh, here is another factor. Somebody who got 15 naira, right, has less population, put it that way, okay? So now let's use number to make it make sense, okay? Somebody whose economy gives him 15 naira, where he has to budget and plan for education, healthcare, what do you call it? Security, and name it, sure you get 15 naira. His population is, let's say the population is 200. While the one that had access to 100 naira, Tinubu during his own time, let's say the population was like 1,000. Now that the person who had access to 300 naira of his own, like access, revenue or resources, right? His own population, let's say that jumped up. Fashola, that jumped up to maybe 2,500. So now you see, so you can say, oh, the people that will spend the 300 naira, they are so more than the people that will spend the 15 naira. But by proportion, right, the effects of what you actually use the 300 naira for compared to somebody uses his own 15 naira for, at the end of the day, it became obvious that not only that dilapidated infrastructures littered the entire place. In fact, these guys embarked on land grabbing, including, reallocating the wealth of the state to themselves. That's what you have right now in that place. How did they touch people's life expectancy in Anambra? Life expectancy, Human Development Index, HDI, in Lagos, under Tinubu. Read on your screen. Look at your screen right now. Yeah? It got better. Where HDI got better under Fashola, Earth Index got better under Fashola, a little bit new. Yeah? Educational Index under Fashola. When you go to the far right, we are talking about things you can indeed actually touch, not make up stories. In 2014, the Obedience are kind of on him right now, by the way. So in 2014, the Lagos Business School, I think they awarded, they gave him an award. That's Obi. So, and then they read out what they call this profile. Some of them that you can, all you need to take is just to bring up the phone and just search to confirm or not. Or we can't do the same for Tinubu. No, we can't.
Fortune 500 companies like SAB Miller, Distel, and GlaxoSmithKline, Nemeth Pharmaceuticals, etc., to Anambra State. Under him, Anambra State was rated the least indebted state in Nigeria by the Debt Management Office. Anambra was adjudged by the Federal Ministry of Works the state with the best network of roads in the country, having asphalted over 800 kilometers of roads. He reopened long-closed schools and returned missionary schools to the original owners with a grant of 6 billion naira for their rehabilitation, distributing over 30,000 computers, internet access, Microsoft academies to over 500 schools. Anambra State students, for the first time, achieved first place nationwide in the 2013 WAEC and NECO Common Entrance examinations. It provided 700 buses to secondary schools in the state and provided boreholes to over 300 schools. He also built classroom blocks in all the 177 communities in the state. He ensured the payment of over 35 billion naira in outstanding pensions and gratuities in the state since 1999. Before he became governor, no single health institution was accredited in the state. But under his administration, 10 schools of nursing, midwifery, and medical technology, as well as 2 hospitals, were accredited. Mr. Peter Obi stands for justice and fairness and was the first Nigerian governor to reclaim his governorship mandate after 3 years in the court, giving confidence to others.
Now, the reason why you can go and check all those things, they are on the social media. And I just don't want to, because what I don't want to be kind of up and start sounding like I want to defend him per se. But you see, one thing about the APC, Egbekebe, is that even when you do your best to debunk their lies, they understand their base. All right? So their base, they are not interested in any facts. It's about smear. And if you dare say or talk about the failure of Tinubu, which they are aware of, then they can just look for anything, whatever it is, that they can just fling and fling and fling and see which of them is going to stick. So they have their base. I've seen majority of them who have said I'm not hear them here, but I've seen some of them who are on social media. They will tell you that he didn't build one single school. He didn't build one single hospital. And they've been repeating that, despite the fact that video evidence are kind of like in contrary of that. But you don't care. It's not about fact. Come on. Because when they are all by themselves as well, right? They tell themselves, we must make sure, say, we keep pushing this thing. Yoruba versus Igbo versus Yoruba. If anything at all, whenever this guy says something, we must make sure that we tell our people that the Igbos are our enemies and stuff like that. So I've never read about Sanwoolu anywhere, not to talk of Tinubu, except all the repeated lies of Tinubu built Lagos by these rogues. The only person that seems to know Sanwoolu very well is the dust of Sanwoolu around the time.
And the only way out for us is to continue to do that in the next 4 years. This particular aspirant, as you all know, you can go and check it, the records are there. This is somebody that has been arrested for spending fake American dollars in a nightclub in America. And he's been detained for months. And he knows that he has won mock shots for months before this whole thing was quenched. He's also known that he doesn't have the competence to do what he's being propelled to do. The records are there in Bagara General Hospital. This is somebody that has gone for rehabilitation before. We don't want to go too far, but we know, and we know. Now the truth is this. We don't want to talk about all the things that we know, but we know that, our leadership should have a rethink. Because the truth is this, I will not stand here on the mandate of Lagosians and then allow our great party APC to fritter away down.
And the guy will Sabian be that. And despite all the money, so those of you who are Lagosians, those of you who are really living in Lagos, so that knows what it is to live in Lagos, in that mega slum, and the amount of money that these guys who have turned themselves into rent takers, all they will tell you about is IGR this, IGR that. Do you even understand what life would have been like if these guys are at least honest with you for once? Yeah? Or you can never possibly kind of like hate or like something you've never seen before. So whatever you are offered, majority of you will take it as what you deserve. And then you can continue to live in the shanty like that. While I think they are actually building themselves a new city right now as we speak, right? Anyway, it is not just to be that says Tinubu has failed, right? How many of you remember, or all of you will remember Onopasa? Oh, I'm going to show you Onopasa this evening. He's so pissed. I said it don't touch him. When I saw him yesterday, he looked unwell. Some said immediately you can easily just look and say, well, he's sick. But guess what? Others saying it's not just sickness. So my ego, let's say you don't even understand. I'll leave you all to that. But there is this guy that claims to be a former APC member, probably an SDP now. He has something to say still about this same call. Now, this is not to be. Possibly we'll never get a response from them. But listen.
As far back as July 2023, when I saw the direction after the subsidy is gone, declaration, and then the exchange rate, I wrote an open letter to Asuwaju where I talk of disturbing signals. I don't hide my feeling. And the disturbing, why there were disturbing signals, was that critical decisions were taken without any clearly spelled out plan on how to manage the consequences of those decisions and convert them to advantages for the people and for the country. And we are on a roller coaster. I have said that severally. Because as far as I can see now, he's in denial. He beat his chest and people in government beat their chest. He is courageous. He has taken wonderful decisions. What is wonderful decision about withdrawing subsidy and floating the exchange rate without a clearly visible economic plan that will guarantee production activity in the country and ensure that people are earning better livelihood? Now, for me, I waited up to around July last year before I declare that no. Because I found out that he has insulated himself. Even within the party, nobody is having access to him. You know, and that is not the kind of progressive leader I thought he is. And by my own estimation, I have said so several times, that was not the way he ran Lagos.
Certainly.
I have said that several times. Certainly. Now, for you to even expect anything wonderful to happen before May 2027, I will say you are a dreamer. I will wish you luck in your dream. But if it happens, it will be a pleasant surprise.
Certainly.
For me, I have reached the conclusion, I don't think anything good is going to come out, and which is why we have to start organizing. I am optimistic. I have said so. This country can be fixed in our lifetime. And I pray to God.
You can dream on. So, today, the transfer of Sheriff and Okowa was completed. That will be the next thing. So, the likes of Shitty Man, Gandola, name it, Hopeless Uzotingba, and others, Hopeless Uzotingba leading the governors, Shitty Man and Gandola representing Tinubu and Abuja. Okowa is now telling the Delta people that the reason why they all have to go and join Tinubu is because of Delta State. Because the future of Delta State, without being connected to the center, cannot be imagined. Is that the word he used? Like it's going to be a great loss for them. Others were like, why didn't you connect with the center when you were governor? Everybody knows it's about the 1.3 trillion naira oil money, the revision money that they gave to him, that is squandered, right, with Atifku for the 2023 charade. And right now, he can't pay that back. He doesn't want to go to jail, and decided, right, to use Delta states as a bargaining chip. Now, here is where I'm going to deviate a bit, okay? We have Kenneth Okonkwo in the house, who is also talking about the only thing that can really defeat Tinubu is no other than a coalition. I'll do that first. And I'll take you to the Delta states and what happened in Delta today. Kenneth.
Well, first and foremost, I do not join a party, or let me say, I do not leave a party because of another party. So I leave a party because of the party itself. And when I want to join another party, it's because of that party, not because I'm looking for anything. When I resigned from APC, I made it clear that I cannot follow a president who is insensitive to our spirit of diversity. He chose a fellow Muslim to give us same faith ticket. Has that changed? I made it clear that Nigeria being a diverse nation, anybody that will not respect our religious diversity will not respect our ethnic diversity. Have I not been proved right? If APC wants me to join APC, these are my conditions. They promised Nigeria that 1 naira should be $1. Have they done that? When they do it, let them come calling, and I will consider them. Nigeria is a diverse nation where the presidency is an association between the president and the vice. And the Nigerian constitution is very clear that every association must cut across religious and ethnic barriers. So any president that is choosing a man of same-faith ticket and then choosing only the people from his own people or the people he perceives are his own people to be in governance is a president that unapologetically behaves in a very unconstitutional manner. He has no respect for rule of law. And Aristotle made it clear that rule of law will always be preferable to rule of an individual. Appetite for material things and other self-centered desires perverts holders of office. Apart from sapping our energy, draining our life and enthusiasm, there is nothing else that this government has achieved for Nigeria. And then contemplating that me, that entered politics for the welfare of the people, shall join an APC that is insensitive to the people's welfare, that has punished Nigerians with hunger and hardship. The World Bank report now said that Nigeria will sink further into poverty till 2027. That in Tinubu's regime, there is no hope for recovery from poverty. And they gave their reasons. Structural economic weaknesses, dependence on oil revenue, national fragility, in other words, national conflicts. Look at what's happening in Plateau State. More than 100 persons have died, massacred by unknown people. And the president was in Paris and could not even cut his travel short to commiserate with people from Plateau State. Look at what's happening in Rivers State. A president declared martial law and removed constitutionally elected representatives of the people. And look at what's happening in Benue State. People dying. All the things this president has given Nigeria is tears and blood. And you want to say Kenneth Okonkwo will contemplate going into such an association? I tell you what Dove said, man, said. He said toxic leaders are energy vampires, draining life and enthusiasm out of the people they lead. You want my life and enthusiasm to be drained? No. I reject APC as presently constituted, as a party that does not live up to its promise, as a party that has inflicted Nigeria with hunger and hardship, as a party that does not recognize our diversity, as a party that has given us nothing except tears and blood. A land that God created to flow with oil, with wealth, with gold, is now flowing with tears and blood. Count me out of that unholy association.
Okay.
For now, I am a member of the coalition.